We got Andy and James right here on Mustang 8.0. First of all, how you guys doing, man?
Doing good. Yeah, very good.
Very good. Thank you.
Of course,
y'all have been like on a y'all have been on like a press run or something, like all through Zoom, I guess, right?
I know.
So is it easier for you guys to do the interview via Zoom, or you rather meet face to face?
Well, it's always nice meeting in person. Like we've met you guys a few times before in person, which has been. But yeah, I guess there is like certain things that make it a bit easier doing this. But yeah, I guess
the thing that's easier is that when we're on tour doing interviews, it normally eats into sleep time, which we're very deprived of because of flying everywhere. So that's the like. Whereas with Zoom calls, I'm just rolling out of bed, putting a t-shirt. What's up?
All right. So since we're here, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. First of all, congratulations on the release of your EP album. The question is, why do you choose to release an EP instead of full album?
Well, it's I think EP is slightly misleading. We called it a mixtape.
Mixtape, yeah.
Yeah, which again is really misleading. Like,
so why mixtape then?
Yeah, I guess for anyone who doesn't know what our new mixtape is, it's like an album in length. There's 14 songs on there. I think we called it a mixtape just because it's a bit of a side step for us musically, so it's a bit different to what's come before. And there's all sorts of there's obviously loads of songs on there, but also lots of little snippets and little interesting bits of music that just make it a bit more experimental. But yeah, we had a lot of fun creating it, so there you go.
All right. So you call it a mixtape because it's actually an experiment, and it's a little bit different than what you have in your regular albums. And so there's 14 tracks on there. One of the tracks is called Dear P. Who's P?
P is that's a question. So in my family, there's so many people with the name beginning with P, but it is for my wife. Her initial is P. Although my sisters think it's about my grandma, who's called Pat.
Okay, so talk about the process of making the mixtape. I mean, it's all during lockdown, and obviously you got a lot of plans for 2020, but a lot of plans got canceled because of the COVID-19. So was the album part of that canceled plan, or just happened sort of, we're in the lockdown, how about we make an album?
Yeah, well, it started in January, so just before lockdown. We went to LA. I started writing a few of these songs, and yeah, the plan was always to do kind of a mixtape, like a bit of something different. And we weren't going to do much touring this year, so we've kind of been lucky in that respect. We didn't have like a 3-month tour planned or anything like that. Just a few festivals and bits and bobs. But yeah, we're planning to tour next year. Don't know if that will be able to happen still. We will see. But fingers crossed, like later next year we'll be able to. What was the question again?
So the process of making the album.
So we started off in LA, and we had a session with Pomo, who produces lots of the Anderson .Paak stuff, and we've been big fans of his for a long time. So we got in a room, and that's who we wrote No Song Without You with. And yeah, it just felt like this is the start of this kind of new sound and this new vibe and a direction for our mixtape. So from that point on, we wrote in that kind of style, like more acoustic guitars, more traditional kind of harmony, and lots of vocal harmonies and all that kind of stuff, which was a lot of fun, kind of going into this like softly psychedelic kind of
Softly psychedelic. That's a great word. Softly psychedelic.
I think I'd be doing psychedelic music an injustice if I called it entirely psychedelic. Carlo would be like,
True.
So there's gonna be a 12 minutes of Honne song after this.
Yeah.
Like full ups and downs.
well, I'm actually up for it. I'd love to.
That would be great.
Yeah, our masterpiece.
All right. So one of the things that we were very that caught our eye was Nikki, which took a picture with y'all in the studio, and we really want to know, like, how did that collab happen, and how was she in the studio?
So it was complete coincidence that it happened, and so we were out in LA. We had a songwriting session, and the guy that we were in session with was an American producer called Dame Funk, who we have loved for many years. Anyway, he popped out of the room to go to the bathroom or I don't know where, and he came back in and said that he'd just seen Pomo in the corridor, and he was in having a session with someone called Nikki, and we were like, Nikki? She's here? And before this, we'd been trying to message her on Instagram, saying like, hey, like, how's it going? We love your stuff. But they just went straight through into like her junk folder with, you know, everything else. So she never saw them, and we spoke to her and we were like, oh, we love you, and like, we love your stuff. Like, hello. And she's like, oh, I love you guys. Like, I've been like meaning to get in touch for ages. So yeah, finally we managed to speak to her, and then we asked her if she would just be up for writing some music whilst we were there together. And she said yes, and yeah. So that's why on our mixtape there's a little song called I Love You More Than I Can Say.
Yeah.
And that little kind of weird voice is sounds bad when I'm saying that. But that's actually Nikki. But yeah, because she was releasing music at the same time, we kept it a secret, so that's why we changed the picture. Yeah.
Okay. I love you more than I can say.
We did work on another song with her, which hopefully, all being well, will come out in the next.
Oh, so it's an unreleased thing.
Yeah.
There's a proper, a full song in the works.
Okay.
It's a good one.
So you're spilling some of the tea. We get to hear the collaboration between you and Nikki anytime soon this year.
Next year. But
next year. Early next year. All right. So talking about the promos as well, I know you've been hitting on a lot of musicians, working with a lot of great musicians. And one of the things that we noticed from the Instagram as well, you ask some of the musicians to go live with you on social media, like one of the guitarists from Indonesia. So that what was the story behind that?
Again, it was.
Sorry, go on, Andy.
I was just gonna say, it was kind of. Sorry, it was so polite. It's like, no, you go. No,
the whole interview is us trying to let each other speak.
We often did the same thing, me and Willie.
Yeah. It was again kind of a complete like accident or coincidence. We just had this Zoom call where we were. It was very exclusive, and like only about 1,000 people could come in, and we would just randomly go through, like between playing songs, just go through and see if anyone wanted to chat by raising their hand, and we'd unmute them and then have a chat with them. And one guy was this guitarist who was like the chilled out most person ever in the world. And he was just playing No Song Without You on guitar, and we got involved, and he played it and I sung it for a bit, which was awesome.
Yep. And so these interactions with your fans, right? It's very important, and I think like you guys do it a lot, as we have seen already through your Zooms, through your social medias. You know, any fan comment on the mixtapes that actually stood out and that you were like, wow, they actually said that? Any of that actually happened?
There's been a lot of like really funny, amazing ones. Like, have you seen, there's a meme that goes around that it's like a plaster and then someone with like a cut on their arm or something, and then they put the plaster on the cut and it says, then they put like Honne's album,
yeah,
all of life's problems, and then put the plaster on it. I love that.
So there's a lot of memes there.
Yeah. But just a lot of nice, like, I think we've maybe noticed it more with this mixtape than we ever have before. Just the amount of people who've said, like, you've got to listen to this album, and yeah, like, it's a masterpiece. Like, we've just read that so many times, and it's really nice to read that something that we've made, this whole body of work, is being enjoyed by lots of people.
Yeah, one of my favourite comments actually was someone said that the last track, Smile More, Smile More, Smile More, they said that every morning they wake up and listen to that song as part of their morning ritual to make sure they like take in the message and start their day in a positive way, which is really nice to hear. It's kind of like, it's what Andy and I want to do. Like, we're very positive people and we really want this music to have a positive influence on other people's lives, and we love the thought of doing that for somebody.
Right. Spread positivity, smile more. That's a great thing coming from Honne. We would like to play a game with you. Is that okay? So we got some jokes for you guys, and you gotta rate whether me or Willie did the funnier one.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. We got a couple of questions for you. First one is from me. So the first one is going to be, what's Finger's favorite snacks?
What's Finger's favorite snack? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Doritos.
Oh, very good.
Okay. Well,
they try to laugh, man. At least at least they tried. You know, it's okay. I'm gonna do one.
All right, you're gonna do one.
What do Spanish clocks say?
I don't know. What do Spanish clocks say?
Tick taco.
Oh my
Tick
god.
taco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
last one. We got
Okay.
two more. Okay.
That was bad.
All right.
What if-
one more.
what if-
one more.
What if spaghetti made a movie? What's the title of the movie?
Don't know.
Yeah, not sure. Go on. Tell us.
Mission Impossible.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, they like that. Okay. Okay. I got one about the movie as well. All right. This is the last one right here. What do you call a lazy doctor?
Tell us.
Dr. Doolittle.
Oh,
Yeah. All
that
right.
was good.
Y'all?
I like. This is great. This is great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for laughing at our jokes. This is gonna go on our Insta stories. Like, hey, Honne actually laughed at our jokes, so you know, gotta like raise our price.
Andy and James, thank you very much.
That's the sympathy laughs.
Okay.
The last two.
That's
were
great.
bangers.
Last two of that.
Last two.
Okay.
Andy and James, thank you very much. Thank you for the time. Good luck with everything. Hope to see you guys really soon in our country. Jakarta is loving your performance, and we would love for you to perform probably next year.
Yeah, we
Thanks, brother.
Can't wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Bye.
Thank
Stay
you.
healthy.
Thank you, James. Bye-bye.
Bye.